Welcome, family, to another edition of Above the Rim, episode 100, family. 100 react.
100, man.
Congrats.
100, man. Congrats, family. And fellas, thank you for joining me for a monumental episode 100, that is. And joining me this week, family. I know a lot of people are watching this on YouTube. Some people are gonna be just listening to it like normal, but I had to bring the family back with me for this episode. The family's here with me. Episode 100. First off, 3 to the head.
You already.
AKA Damo Reem is in the building.
What up, Josh? I'm here, man.
What's good, my brother? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm here. 100, man. You made it.
At 100, man, we here.
And I'm here.
3 to the dome. And also, repeat offender, friend of the show, all the way from episode one. Episode one. My man Damo is back in the building, brother.
Glad to be here, man.
I gotta say, I gotta give you a special shout out this episode, because, brother, you've been with me since episode 1. You've been with me from the ground up.
I mean,
you know, we do this basketball thing for a long time, since we met each other.
This is a dream come true, man. You know, we always used to talk about it, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Now we here, 100 episodes
100 episodes in.
I mean,
What was episode 1? Free Oak.
Free Oak.
Reem. If we knew you back then and you was on Free Oak, that was the day Charles Oakley got choked up in the garden. And we had to say, you know what, we got to do a pod right after this and start the episode off, the movement off, that is Above the Rim. And it's episode 100, man, Free Oak. But fellas, man, I tell you right now, a lot of cats can't make it to 100. A lot of shows, I feel like, can make it to 100 episodes. Because to be honest, and to keep it a buck, like, a lot of shows a week, they can't make it to 100 episodes. If you got a weak show, you really can't make it to 100. To be honest,
Gotta
man,
keep it interesting, man. Keep it spicy.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where you guys come in, because you guys help keep it spicy for me. You know, I need people to spar with. I need my brothers to spar with on the latest happens in the NBA. You know, I respect y'all knowledge, man.
Yeah, this dude be coming at me. I'm just saying.
Definitely, for sure, man. And as always, family, as usual, you can find Above the Rim anywhere you listen to podcasts. iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure you guys watching episode 100 on YouTube. Linus.com as well. Make sure you go check out the family there. To get in contact with me, you can always hit me up on Twitter at JustBlaze_513. That's JUSBLAZE_513. On IG, JustBlaze513. Same thing. On Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. On YouTube as well, search Above the Rim Podcast. Email the show as well, Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com. Call up to talk about it line. You already know.
Talk about
908-718-1592. Leave those voicemails. You got shit to talk. You want to scream at Damo. You want to scream at Reem. For his wild takes that Reem comes in here with. Make sure you go leave those voicemails, man. So family, fellas, it's the spiciest time of year right now.
Mm-hmm.
The spiciest time of year. It's free agency. You know, this is the for some people, I would say, for the casual fan, it's like the pinnacle of the season, because it's a lot of times where they can throw their little scenarios, throw their wild takes on there, or seeing which players is going where. There's a lot of speculation. It's hot take season right now, spicy season. So
I like to call this cutthroat season.
It's the time where people switch up, man. They start bandwagoning.
It is. Oh, there's a lot.
Teams.
Listen, there's a lot of this is the time of year where people are switching teams. This is the time where super teams are being built.
Oh, man.
Dog, my Lakers jersey's on the way to the crib. Are you crazy? I'm ready.
Come on, man.
Let's get into this.
I don't want to hear. So let's family. This is gonna be a straight up free agency episode, because we know when this is coming out. June 30th at 6 p.m. is now, instead of July 1st now. You see how they switched it up to June 30th, 6 p.m. Because they want to get it crunk early on. So it's a lot early. So we got to start this free agency thing off, man. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of older free agents that are going on right now, the high quality, the high class free agents, what destinations they are going in, what their ideal situations are, where we think they should go. And let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So
let's go.
We got to start off with the hottest free agent on the market. It's hot because it's a lot of drama that's swirling around with the so-called hottest free agent right now because he's hurt. He's hurt right now, and never has there. I can't remember a time where the hottest free agent on the market is injured. It's not gonna be
not injured, but one of the worst injuries you could have.
One of the worst injuries you could possibly have. What is Achilles tear? We all know is like sometimes you're in a basketball cemetery. Sometimes if you have an Achilles injury, because we know how important that is. We all ballers here. We all play ball, so we know if one of us popped our Achilles.
That's the beginning of the end right there.
It's the beginning. And how old is KD now? 29 or 30?
About to be 30 soon.
About to be 30.
Me and him is
His last run.
His last run. So you know Achilles tear, the time frame to a full recovery for Achilles tear is about what, like a year and a half.
16 months.
16
Around
months.
there.
Yeah, it's about a year and a half.
So once you're feeling like yourself.
Once you feel like yourself, which is going to be interesting because we know KD, he is 7 foot. So a lot of times it does happen to a taller player a lot of the times. And the fact that he's 7 foot and going through Achilles injury, it might be a little bit better for KD in particular because he is a slim 7 footer. 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot. He's slim, more like Boogie Cousins, we know, when he went through this Achilles injury.
He's just lumbering.
A baby LeVar Ball, I call him, with his slow ass on.
Yeah, he looks crazy.
He looks crazy right now. So you know what? We already in KD right now. We're gonna have to start off with the ideal scenario. I already know Damo is salivating at the mouth right now because KD is his boy, and KD is gone right now for the foreseeable future. So let's start off here. Ideal scenario, ideal landing spot for Kevin Durant. I'll start off here first. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta keep it a buck. I think the ideal free agency landing point for Kevin Durant, it's gotta be the Knicks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go with the Knicks for his idea. And let me tell you why. Why I think it's ideal, because to me, if Kevin Durant wins the title in New York City, if not even, for fact, I'm going too far. Winning the title.
You're getting crazy, but go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm gonna go too far right there. If he brings the Knicks back to respectability, I would say. If he brings the Knicks back to respectability, because he averaged 26, 6-6 this year, and it was a light year technically. If you by KD standards, the 26, 6-6 would be in a I wouldn't say a reduced role, but he has to take a reduced role in terms of production.
So much talent.
So much talent around him, but 26, 6-6 he still had. I think the Knicks are an ideal scenario for him personally, because I think that's the right place for him to rehab for an entire year, because he's gonna be out. Damo's already shaking his head, but I think it's an ideal scenario because if you're the guy to bring the Knicks back into prominence, to bring the Knicks back to the Knicks, which was last time they were the Knicks, it was 97. But even before that, 73?
No.
Melo Reem. 3 to the head is already...
Don't do that.
I've already disrespected 3 to the head, but I gotta keep it real. The last time the Knicks were fully relevant in championship contention, championship caliber team, which I think KD actually brings to them with him being it, with just his presence alone. If KD is healthy, mind you, if KD is healthy, I think a championship or contention here is equivalent to what LeBron James did in Cleveland. I attribute it to that because LeBron, when he went to Cleveland, we know how important that was for the city. We know how much business he brought to the city. We know how much he controlled the city, the fan base, and just the energy that he brought to the city. And we see what happens when he left. Before he was there, we see what happens when he came back. It crumbled after him. So I feel like because the Knicks fans right now are just starving for a star, to me, the ideal scenario where KD needs to go, I feel like it's in New York, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, maybe because I'm rooting for New York, the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I'm rooting for New York to do well as a whole. And I think, not gonna lie, I feel like he'll be solid coming back from injury the next year. And what was that, 2021 or
2021?
2021, probably. Yeah, for that season, I think it will be great for him to come back, have his renaissance, his rehabilitation. His doctors are here in New York as well. I think, to me, New York is the move, man. New York is the wave. So, Damo, I'm gonna start with you, man, because I know KD's your boy. You're one of your not one of you. He is your favorite player.
Favorite player.
And I know you was hurt, man, with this injury, with him tearing his Achilles, man. So I gotta hear your thoughts. What's your ideal scenario for KD right now,
Well,
dog?
you know, now with the injury, I feel like he's now the main guy, the main focus free agent is gonna be Kawhi, because he's coming off a chip, championship run, and that injury, man, and the fact that it's an Achilles injury,
the worst.
oh man, it's just. I think the ideal spot for him is to just stay put, and
Wait, long term?
yeah, long term, just stay there.
Okay.
You're gonna, at least you're gonna be contending. You come to New York, then listen, man, the Knicks are cursed, man. The Knicks are cursed.
Come on, man.
I don't want him to come to the Knicks, man, because
Why not?
Nah, man, nah. Especially with the injury now, it's not gonna work out, man. It's just.
So you think your mindset changed because of the injury about him going to New York? Because you wanted him to go to New York before. You didn't want New York to have no prominence, none for the
I want him
Knicks.
to come to New York, but not the Knicks. I want him to come to Brooklyn, if anything. Even with the injury, I would, if he's gonna leave, I feel like he should come to the Brooklyn Knicks.
Your ideal spot is the
Brooklyn
Nets.
Knicks, the Brooklyn Nets. I think he should come to the Nets. The Knicks, it's just.
Which one is it?
I call.
You
You gotta choose one, bro.
He gotta come to the Nets, man.
Is it the Nets or stay?
If he's gonna leave.
No, he asked you the landing spot. What's your
What's
landing
your
spot?
ideal landing spot, Damo?
You only get one.
No.
Get him.
I'd rather him stay with Golden State, because at least they have a chance to contend. If he leaves, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if another superstar is gonna come along. With him being hurt now, if you stay, at least you got Clay. Because, obviously they're going to offer him that max. And then you got
they
Curry still there.
have to.
So you still got that core there to build around. If I was him, I would stay. I want him to stay. I would rather him stay in Golden State. But if he leaves,
surprising.
come to the Nets. Not the Knicks, man. The Knicks are cursed, man. I call the Knicks franchise. They the
retirement home. I know.
It would be ideal of them to sign KD to a max, because he's hurt right now. And, he missed a couple of years and then come back, and then he's not the same guy anymore.
Okay.
But that's why I feel like he shouldn't come to the Knicks, man. Because if he comes here, they just going to have that Nick voodoo on him, man. He ain't going to be the same guy, man.
Do you think it's a voodoo pop?
It's
okay.
It's something in the New York Knicks water, man.
Okay. Reem, my brother, how about you? What you thinking?
First off, you guys live in New York. You're just so harsh in New York.
Damo is 100% harsh on the Knicks.
But I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm an in the closet Knicks fan. like I don't say I root for them, but dog, I don't miss a game. I watch it on replay, all of that. But on the low, I don't say it out loud all the time. But for KD, right now, I think KD is more relaxed. I think KD is more legacy hunting right now. So he's more. He wants something like off the wall, because he's a crazy guy. Like can't expect what they expect from him. So I think Brooklyn might be the best landing spot for him.
Brooklyn,
because the reason I say Brooklyn is because the Knicks, whether they win or lose, the Garden's always gonna be packed.
Yes,
it's the Mecca. Like everybody dreams of playing in New York, so it's like he wants to bring something in his legacy that's just different. He got a location that's not prominent as the main team in New York City as one. Brooklyn alone came out the mud, and they're back in a position where they can make
quickly
positive movements. They got draft picks. They got a whole bunch of stuff working in their favor, but they haven't been anywhere yet. And then 3, he's coming from an injury that everybody's ruling him out.
Yeah.
So to add all of that into him coming back, I think that'd be a perfect landing spot for him.
So say for instance you two are KD, so you feel like the Nets are a better choice than the Knicks to come right now. Is it because of talent, or because you just feel like they're on the right trajectory? For me, I like the way that their staff is handling as far as getting from where they were before. Oh, so you're saying you trust the Nets front office more than you trust the turnaround? The turnaround is a little bit different because New York's been New York. The Knicks been the Knicks for so long. Yes.
After
purgatory.
I never understood after 54 wins how you let everybody go.
Yeah.
And then the next season you get rid of the coach, and there's no structure in that place, that building. So I think the Nets came up and they made a big mistake with the whole getting the old guys and Paul Pierce and all that. But it was a quick turnaround, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
And they're right back. The Knicks haven't made the playoffs in 6 years?
Since that last year Melo was there.
6-7 years now. So I don't have any faith in him. And then Dolan can't get it out his own way. So why put him there?
That to me is the little caveat. I know a lot of people are reporting about it that Dolan is one of the main issues why KD wouldn't want to come, because the front office, they still consider the Knicks unstable right now as a front office, technically. Even though they have Scott Perry, they got Steve Mills, 2 black GMs, riding the cause right now.
That I like.
That's what I'm saying.
That.
That's a factor if you're a free agent like Kevin Durant. You want to know that sometimes you have people in the front office that you can connect with. You get what I'm saying? So like, I was about to say New Orleans, like Golden State, like how you brought up, Damo. I think they're an interesting caveat, and I think that he should leave because of the comments that Andre Iguodala came in. So we know a lot about Iguodala. He went on the Breakfast Club recently. He made a lot of interesting comments about Golden State Warriors and the front office as a whole, about how they don't disclose injuries properly to the public.
No. I think that was taken out of context.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think he said what he said was more to the effect that when the injury came out, he knew and the staff knew exactly what it was. What they presented to the media was something totally different. So he's saying that like publicly they didn't denounce that he has a broken or a fractured leg.
They said he had a bone bruise in his knee when he really had a fractured leg.
Yeah, but he knew that, and the training staff knew that. But I guess for the fact of
them not blowing it up.
Yeah, the way because they were in the playoffs.
They didn't want to make it seem like an excuse, I guess.
Not an excuse,
but remember, he's not the main cog on the team. He's what? 5th best player?
He's part of Hampton 5 alone.
Yes, but why disclose injuries like that? A serious injury like that, as he said it was. Why non-disclose the issues to the public rather than say, yo, you got a fractured leg? Why not?
For game plan alone. Because now, you play a team and now, Iggy's not going to be here. My whole game plan is he's not even going to be involved. Period.
Is it? Wait, hold up. So you're telling me the game plan for an opposing team changes because Andre Iguodala's not playing?
Iguodala guards one of your best players each time.
He does. So, Damo, you're an opposing team. Iguodala says he's not playing. Are you changing your whole entire game plan because Iguodala is not playing on the Warriors?
I mean, I do get a little excited that he's not playing, but
okay.
I mean,
he's an irritant. He's very athletic.
He's important. Yes.
He runs. He plays defense. He does 3 out of the 4 things that they need.
He does. He's an integral piece of that team, especially in the second unit.
I want to go back to Kate, because you were saying, Kate, you think KD's chasing a legacy now, right? So why can't he still be doing that if he stays in Golden State? With teams looking to soup up, in this free agency, as, we see the Lakers looking to do. They're trying to get another star in there. So we know they're coming.
I think because
Houston is coming.
The way people looked at him. Talk about it. The way people looked at him winning championships, like you left a team that was right there to go join a team that had previously won a championship before, and then it was like a cheap championship. It wasn't like how Kawhi just got his. Like he was like Thanos of the NBA.
But I don't think it would be the same if he stays. He's coming back. He's coming back off the injury, and then let's assume the Lakers get that 3rd superstar. And then Houston gets, who you want them to get.
Jimmy.
They bulk up. It's a lot tougher out there in the West. It's interesting.
But that's a different NBA 2 years from now.
2 years from now.
Doesn't that make the chip even that much better?
We got to see what the landscape is.
I mean, but we already know the Warriors with Kevin Durant on that roster. A healthy KD is a dominant force. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Damn near unbeatable.
Hold on. I don't think Iguodala's going to be there too long, even when KD comes back. Or Livingston. Those guys are going to be older.
They're going to be retired.
Who's going to be on the bench?
So you think if KD stays in Golden State, right? Comes back, 2021, like we said. You don't think Iguodala's still going to be there?
I don't think he's going to be that much of a factor.
Not after the way he was just talking about on the radio.
He look like he's
after that contract, he's done.
He look like he's ready
when
to
is
get
this
up out of there.
I can't remember.
He has one more. One more year.
One more. Oh, so if
he was talking like a free agent. He's still got to come back
he'll
next
be about 36, I believe, or something like that.
But he got a lot of miles on him.
He has a miles on him. Livingston will probably be going
done.
Done.
He's done. He's done now.
Who's on the bench?
Who else is on that? Quinn Cook. Quinn Cook.
No. There's a lot of holes in that roster right now. Jordan Bell is a free agent.
Stop it on Jordan Bell. I mean, he's not.
I'm just saying he's a free agent. Cook's a free agent.
Yeah.
Looney's a free agent
as well.
Clay's a free agent, and KD. There's a lot of holes to fill.
It's a lot of moving parts on that franchise.
No, but they are planning to re-sign that core together. So
with KD being said, do y'all think Draymond is gonna automatically re-sign? Do you think Draymond is in it? Because he's up for free agency next year.
You said re-sign, or if they want to re-sign him?
I think they want to.
Who would you rather, KD or Draymond? At the end of the day,
Well, I'm picking KD.
It's not a matter.
I don't think it's their choice.
But this year will be a very big exposure year for him because Klay's not around and KD's not around.
Yes.
So you're gonna see what type of basketball player he is, and it's gonna expose him. And he might.
What type of basketball player Draymond Green is?
Draymond Green.
A
Overall,
lot of people are saying that his numbers are going to be inflated, or he's going to have a more a larger role. But
as he should.
But my problem is if you got Draymond as what? Second option, basically, right? Who's the second option on the Warriors?
You're not gonna.
AD gone?
If you give, he's a second. You call him a second option?
The fact that they don't have another second option is a problem.
He's gonna get exposed, and he'll be gone by All-Star weekend.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I see Quinn Cook as a second option on the floor, that's straight up.
But he's a free agent.
Sex in that roster.
He's a free agent too.
Quinn Cook?
Is he?
I don't think so.
I think Quinn Cook is
He
too.
might be. Actually, no, he might be.
Yeah, they have nobody.
Or he's either up for an extension or something like that.
That means they got a play option on him.
Yeah.
And they ain't pick it up by now.
Listen, the
But
Warriors.
which is why I'm saying even more the reason for KD to stay. Like he still could chase a legacy in Golden State.
Bro, but think about it. If KD wins a title or brings the Knicks back to contention, what would that do for his legacy? We brought up legacy. KD winning in New York for the Knicks is equivalent to what LeBron did for Cleveland in what was that, 2016, 2017, something like that? 2016? Yeah. That's equivalent, I think maybe even more.
Yeah, even bigger.
Maybe even bigger for the Knicks. You know how the Knicks are starving, son. You know it.
Let him come to Brooklyn so we can have our parade on Flatbush Avenue in Atlanta.
I'd rather listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather have the parade on Flatbush.
Yes.
On the bus, so we can all be
Listen, there'd be coquito out there, be nutcrackers, there'd be word. You ain't never seen no parade like that.
Atlantic Avenue would be messed
That
up.
would be something different because
that would be crazy.
Brooklyn hasn't had a team since the Dodgers left.
But we might be getting ahead of ourselves if we're talking championship right now, real quick. But I mean, I talked about it with the Knicks, so it's possible with the Nets if KD is in.
Because you gotta see who else on this list.
You gotta say.
Come with him.
So I'm glad that we brought that up because we gotta go. Speaking of Brooklyn, we gotta go to the next free agent that's been linked to Brooklyn a lot recently, which is actually, I'm not gonna front, it's kind of surprising to me. I really didn't see Kyrie linked so much to Brooklyn as what it is. So we talking about Kyrie Irving. He a career, not a really career in terms of points, but it was a really up and down year for Kyrie. He averaged 26 and 7 this year. Solid numbers, on the surface, but the team success for the Celtics that Kyrie Irving was on, it wasn't up to par for a player of Kyrie Irving's stature. You get what I'm saying?
You're on the same page.
For his stature, because, they put him in elite company right now since he won a champion. He won, how many times he won with LeBron? One, right?
Yeah, only one.
Yeah, only one.
One with LeBron, so let's not act like, I know the public is acting like Kyrie Irving is a multi-year champion or something like that. The savior or something like that. But he only won one title with LeBron James. What LeBron James was the catalyst in that championship, because if he didn't have the block, then there's no shot by Kyrie, even though he had it. So it was basically, to me, a 50-50 partnership in winning or capturing that championship. So I don't give one of the stars more credit than the other. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they both had a great hand in that particular game, Game 7, which was important, and then coming back and winning. So to me, I feel like since he's been linked to Brooklyn so much, ideal scenario, because I think Kyrie is one of those interesting free agents that you can't really pin on. It's like really weird, because I was sitting around when we were going over the list, when I gave you guys an agenda, I was thinking about what's the ideal scenario for somebody like Kyrie. Low key, it is Brooklyn. I feel like in my mind, it is Brooklyn, but it's weird. It's Brooklyn because I see no other logical team for Kyrie. Like I feel like he has to leave Boston. I feel like that relationship is
damaged.
It's wrapped. It's done for. It's damaged. The young boy's not feeling him. He wasn't feeling Boston with that kind of crowd, those type of fans. You get what I'm saying? He was definitely fronting in the beginning when he said, "I'll be back."
Exactly.
If you guys are having me,
If you have me, he was fronting. We all knew he was fronting. I knew something was off there, but
that was good PR.
that was damn good PR. First of all, Melo needs to highlight that kind of PR because
All
that was
right.
damn.
He's not doing this.
We gonna get to him later,
not
but
doing this.
that was damn good PR for him. But I would say the ideal scenario for Kyrie is Brooklyn, but I'll let you guys give me the ideal scenario, and then I have a follow-up question to you. So, Reed, I'm gonna start with you. What's your ideal scenario for Kyrie and free agency?
From everything that's going on, Kyrie's best option to me personally is to go back with Braun.
Oh, Lakers.
Yeah,
Okay.
because all right, we seen how it goes. Is he's the top point guard, first option, and it didn't go well. One, he was hurt the first year. They won. They went seven games into the Eastern Conference Finals and lost.
Yeah.
Without him. This year they went 13-5 or 13-3 or something like that without him. With them, subpar team.
Yeah.
So him as the number one option and the leader, which is leader's qualities is subpar as well. It's not it.
Which is important.
And he's a point guard that don't average that much assists to me personally. Like he gets caught up in either trying to hit the big shots or making the big shots. Either or. If he's best paired with LeBron, where he could play on the ball, off the ball, and be the shot maker, because LeBron is not really.
Not only LeBron though.
I mean, for me in a situation, because we've seen the storyline prior, we've seen it go well. I think that'd be the best bet. Because for him to go to Brooklyn by himself, it's probably going to be a worse situation than him being at the Celtics. Because there's a little less talent around him, and we've seen that with a lottery team, 3-4 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, what they expect from him? Give him LeBron. LeBron to figure it out once again.
Okay, Damo, I'm gonna start with you. What's ideal scenario, Kyrie?
Kyrie, man, he's unpredictable. I'm right with you. He's unpredictable to me.
Yes.
I can't really pinpoint, what he's chasing right now. I don't know if he's chasing a bag or he's chasing a ring.
Great point. What is he chasing right now?
I don't really know, but I'm with you. Like I think the best, because Boston is obviously dead. He's not going back. So I think his best bet is to just go to Brooklyn. I mean, it can't be, and we all seen what he did when he was by himself in Cleveland. So, if he go by himself in Brooklyn, it can't be no worse than what it was in Cleveland. So
Yeah, we can't get that back.
I think, you come to Brooklyn, you make a little noise for a couple years, and then you probably eventually can lure another superstar, because I don't think they're going to get two. So I think, he comes to Brooklyn, make some noise for a couple years, then you get that second superstar, and then we see what we could do from there.
Okay.
I got a question for you. Kyrie going to Brooklyn. Do you think he'll be as productive or more productive from what they just got from
That's a
D'Lo?
great question.
A little more. I think a little bit more, but it's probably gonna be the same thing. Like I said, I don't really see what other place he could go to other than.
But I'm saying, but offer him like a max contract. How is that helpful for the team that you expected
because
nothing
you want to
from?
lure another superstar in there.
I get that part, but you expected nothing from Brooklyn coming into the season,
Right.
and you had a player like D'Angelo Russell who was deemed a outcast, a bad leader, etc.
Brooklyn gave him a shot.
Bring you to the playoffs with a team that has zero expectations. So now you're bringing in a Kyrie who you're giving max dollars to, but is known as a bad leader. Why would that be a good fit for them? I'm just asking.
I mean, in much respect though, the season before, Kyrie wasn't he an MVP candidate the season before? Or he was talked about.
I mean, I never considered Kyrie an MVP candidate like him on his own.
When he first went to Boston, we wasn't having all these issues.
I mean, the first month or two of the season
in Boston. Maybe it's something behind the scenes going on in Boston that's, throwing him off a little bit. And maybe that'll change when he comes to Brooklyn.
Well, they did report a lot of he had some kind of tension with the young guys on the team. That they reported that he was playing favorites with some of the young guys. They said that he was close with Jason Tatum, and that was it. That he wasn't close with Jaylen Brown. He wasn't close with Morris. He definitely wasn't close with Rozier, my man. Terry Rozier, but but I gotta say one thing, because I did get Kyrie's numbers wrong. My bad. It's 23, 5, and 6 the average last year, not 26, 7. I was on the next page. 23, 5, and 6. So solid numbers, but I don't know. You just don't know because I don't know if I could trust Kyrie to lead my franchise because of his personality and because his unpredictability, I get that he wants to go to Brooklyn because it's still technically
close to home.
New Jersey, honestly, kind of, because they have the New Jersey roots with New Jersey Nets. And he's from New Jersey, hometown boy, but Godfather in there. But I like him in New York because in Brooklyn, because his game fits Brooklyn. You know how we do.
Yeah,
Flashy ballers, flashy ballers, handles, point guards. We breed point guards over here in Brooklyn. So I get the fit.
We used to. Get that right.
But I'm like, I get the fit. You get what I'm saying? They definitely got to move D'Lo. We're going to get to D'Lo because I'm not a huge fan about D'Lo. So I wouldn't be mad if Kyrie came over here and they moved him. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I just don't know if I can trust Kyrie to be the sole leader of a franchise with that roster that they got right now. He could score a lot. His numbers are going to look sexy. But are they going to win? With Kyrie only?
Translate to winning.
That's what I'm saying.
At max dollars, at that. That's
He's
my
going to get the max regardless.
No, I'm saying that's my thing. Mm-hmm. My thing is max dollars versus productivity. That's big for me. I'm running a franchise, I'm GM, whatever you want to call me, owner. I'm giving this guy max dollars. I need butts and seats and I need W's.
You need both.
I need both.
Yes.
You coming over here with all that hot dog flashy, dribbling and all that. I need you to win too.
That is true. I mean, because what? Brooklyn got to the first round. They got 6
I could go to West 4th Street. I could go to Dykeman and I could see all of the Gersh is in the backyard.
Gersh is there. You can get one of those
I could see all of that. I could see all of that.
True.
So I can't argue with that. I mean, like I said, Kyrie, it's up in the air with him.
It's up in the air, man. You know? But I would say to end off Kyrie and switching it over, I feel like, I honestly do think he ends up in Brooklyn. I'm not going to lie, because there's like too many reports of him going to Brooklyn.
And because he's been spotted out.
He's been spotted out here. And I just don't see I don't see any more destinations for him. So I feel like
that's fair.
I feel like it's destined right now for Kyrie to be Brooklyn.
I won't count out him re-ing up with LeBron though. I wouldn't count that out either. You know.
That's crazy to me. I know you brought that up, but that's crazy. I wouldn't do it if I'm Kyrie.
I'm hot take Reem.
I know you hot take Reem.
But it goes back to what I said.
You know that.
You don't really know what this guy is chasing right now. You know what I mean? So if he's chasing the ring, the obvious choice is go back with LeBron.
Yeah.
But if you chasing the bag, Brooklyn looking for that star.
Kyrie, I'm glad that you brought that up because we're talking about rings. We're talking about chasing a ring.
Rings and tings.
Let's talk about rings and tings, episode 97. But the fact that you brought up rings, we're going to talk about the dude who just got a ring.
The claw.
The claw. Kawhi, the claw Leonard right now.
I'm feeling this guy right now.
I'm feeling Kawhi right now. He averaged 26 and 7 last year with a bunch of games missed, a bunch of load management games, 26 and 7 for the Raptors. It's crazy because he's one of the most intriguing free agents also. I feel like never I've seen this much speculation on the finals MVP and the NBA champion that there's so many different scenarios about him leaving to go to another team because you don't know, basically. We know Kawhi's mild-mannered. We know he's one of the dudes. Was he drive a Tahoe or something like that? They was trying to say he drives a pickup truck. Humble star. You don't know much about his family.
He's a fun guy.
A fun guy. A fun guy right now. What it do?
Shout out to his daughter sleeping during the parade. She didn't care.
She didn't care at all. So Kawhi is one of the most intriguing free agents, I feel like. And I think ideal scenario to me, I'm gonna give my thoughts on this Kawhi's take. Because I know there's a lot of different takes about Kawhi where people feel like he should go. I'm not gonna front. Ideal scenario, or where I think he should go, he gotta stay with Toronto, man. To me personally, if I'm Kawhi, I'm making the decisions, I gotta stay in Toronto because I think the ideal landing spot is in Toronto because it's what you know right now. It's no part of the unknown. And because I think there's a couple of factors. You got the culture that was set there in Toronto. You're creating that culture right now because now they're going to be a quote-unquote championship culture now with what's set right now. Basically, he's got a whole country behind him, right? The front office, Masai Ujiri, is very trustworthy. They let you take low management games. They let you take as much rehabilitation as you needed to get ready for the season, to keep you fresh throughout the season, because in the playoffs, we saw him play hurt a lot. We saw Kawhi throughout the Eastern Conference Finals and towards the Finals. He was hurt. He was a little bit hurt, but he was gutting it out. He didn't really show too many signs of being hurt. So we got to take that into a factor. And most importantly, I feel like Toronto right now, because they won the title, I feel like they have moments, is what I call it. And moments that you can look back on and moments that you can reflect on, that you can say in a free agency pitch, it's like, man, I remember going to the promised land with these boys. I remember the joy that I felt because I won a title on my own, and I proved all the doubters wrong, because there were a lot of doubters about Kawhi when he coming in. He only played 9 games last season. They said he's not healthy enough. We had a lot of dudes, Skip Bayless and a couple people like that, talking a lot of junk about Kawhi, saying he's faking the injuries, not good enough.
I really don't like that name.
Yeah, I didn't.
Can't stand it.
I didn't buy into that. I didn't like that, and I feel like I understand the weather aspect of it, why he wants to go to Southern Cal, because that's home. The weather aspect, I know it's a real thing. It's a real aspect but I feel like, to me, if you've gotten joy, right? You went to the promised land. You got a fan base that's really behind you. It's kind of rare to find a fan base that's behind you this much and that appreciative of the win that Kawhi brought them. And then the other factor, look at his other options. The Clippers right now. Everyone knows I know about the Clippers a lot because of CP3, Blake, and those boys. I know a lot about that front office right now. Clip City, Chip City is dead right now. But think about it. Can you really trust that front office right now? Think about what they did the last 3 years. They got rid of their best player the last 3 years in a row. Chris Paul got traded. They re-signed Blake Griffin this summer. Traded him within 2 months. No loyalty there. Think about that. They sold him on being a franchise player. They sold him being, you're the jersey that's going to be in the rafters and Clippers lore. And what happened? They got rid of him to Detroit. It's not like they got a major haul for him. They got rid of him because they wanted some calories.
They threw him in the trash.
They threw him in the trash over there in Detroit, right? So that's the same front office that's in place right now. So I'm thinking about that as well. And then also, remember last year, they traded Tobias Harris mid-season. Wow. He was their best player on the team mid-season. So when you think about the Clippers front office, I'm not trying to shit on them, but you're thinking about the front office. How trustworthy are they? You're Kawhi. You're going through load management. You need games to rehabilitate. Uncle Dennis is there. We know Uncle Dennis is a big-ass factor right now, right? Can you really trust that front office to be safe or be, I would say, what's the word? Compassionate, I guess, to you having taken games off being load management if we see their track record of what they did this year. That's my issue when it comes to Kawhi. When I'm looking at Toronto with Kawhi, you already know they already know they fit the bill. You already know they do what they need to do. You get what I'm saying? So that's my issue with Kawhi, and that's why I personally would stay with Toronto. So, Damo, I'm gonna start with you. What's your ideal scenario for Kawhi? I see you grinning right now. I made some solid points.
You made some solid points about the Clippers.
Think about the front office.
My choice for Kawhi was, I think he's out of there. He don't have.
You think he's out of there?
Me personally, he doesn't have nothing to prove to Toronto. You got the chip.
True.
It's not like they're gonna repeat. They're not gonna repeat with Chubbs at the helm. They're not gonna.
Chubbs gotta go.
He gotta go. But I mean, I don't think Kawhi is sexy enough to lure anybody else to come to cross the border to come to Toronto. Because listen, the league is getting stronger. You know what I mean? So I was saying, go to the Clippers. It's home. You got 2 final MVPs with 2 different teams. He's the 3rd player to do something like that. He already got his chips. You know what I mean? Get your dip now, get your bag.
Get your dip.
Go to Clip City, Chip City. What I mean? And see what can happen there. I mean, they got 2 max.
So you saying go to Clip City, Chip City?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see him going there.
Okay. Reem, Kawhi, what you thinking, brother?
Oh man, Mr. Leonard. I like Kawhi.
Me too.
He's a very interesting dude, in my view. But I think he should just go to the store during the summer. Go to Soho, wherever he got to go, travels, and just go buy him a triple fat goose right now.
Oh.
Get a bubble down.
Get a bubble.
And sign a contract.
Where?
I think he should do a 2-1
in Toronto?
In Toronto.